Ashlyn's U-turn. Ashlyn took a U-turn. Her evanescence was not hard or abrupt, but she floated, as if gently carried, placed seated onto the steps of a pyramid-shaped structure that rose at her back dozens of feet into the sky. Lush green vines snaked up its ancient stone surface, blooming with flowers in colors some of which she could not name or place. The activity of the city flowed like clouds in the ether, light and drifting, yet energetic, vibrational, the cosmic hum of a universe that she both heard and felt. Before her, beings moved through their activities, some flickering and disappearing like holograms, fractals, as if they traveled also by some other means. Bracing her body with her hands on the stone steps, her head fell back without warning as her body responded to the harmony, and there she watched airships fly silently through the purple sky above. For how long, she could not say, for time didn't seem to matter, nor the passing of it. She suddenly felt very heavy, obvious, clunky, dense, slow compared to these beings who were human but at the same time more than that. A lighter version of human. But with this heaviness came with it the feeling of being opened from within as if she were one of the flowers that hung from the vines along the walls of the structure, the 1,000-petaled lotus. Her mouth agape, still looking to the airships overhead, she thought to herself, "Where am I? This cannot be the Western realm." "You are in Sirius, friend, the northern of the Twin Cities," a friendly voice answered aloud. "In the heart of the city, on the steps of what we call the upper room." When Ashlyn only moved her gaping expression to land on the person speaking to her, they continued. "You are new here," they said with a gentle laugh, "from the western region of the realm by the looks of things. I am called Matthias," they said, and slightly bowed a blonde-crowned head to her. They wore plain clothes, pants and a short-sleeved button-up shirt, the colors Ashlyn didn't even register. They wore no rings or jewelry, there was no flickering or floating, they were utterly plain, but at the same time radiant, glowing, shimmering in the periphery of her vision. She felt welcome, invited, completely at home in Matthias's presence. "I'm not supposed to be here. I should be in the Western realm," Ashlyn marveled and furrowed her brow in confusion. "But you are here," Matthias said, a pleasant lightness in their voice. "I'm sorry," Ashlyn said, shaking her head, closing her mouth, suddenly aware that it was hanging open. "I'm called Ashlyn, from Vale's Edge," and she bowed her head slightly, imitating Matthias's greeting. "Ah, the Edge. Wonderful. I was expecting you and not expecting you at the same time. Everything shifted, and then you were here. Enoch will want me to bring you inside to meet him straight away," they exclaimed, momentarily placing a hand on her shoulder. "Enoch?" Ashlyn asked, Matthias's brief touch still warming her skin. "Yes, and the rest of the guides, but Enoch especially. He has taken it upon himself to invite the humans into the upper room. Some of the guides concern themselves with humans, others do not," Matthias explained. "Are you human?" Ashlyn blurted. "Of course I am. Do I not look human?" Matthias asked, raising one eyebrow. Ashlyn turned to fully face them now, sitting beside her on the stone steps, to assess their features, to assess a person who was bordering on unaccessible according to what she had known this far into her young human life. Matthias shimmered slightly, and although they seemed to be more male than female, and quite pleasing to look at, she might add, they didn't seem like one or the other, just Matthias. Now wasn't this interesting, she thought. Matthias laughed a beautiful musical laugh. "You will need to know right off that we are very sensitive here to thought. You are practically shouting to me through your mind, your expressions. You are very open and perhaps unaware of this?" they inquired with that same raise in the eyebrow. Ashlyn's cheeks pinked with a hint of embarrassment. "But that's perfectly wonderful. Come with me. There is much to show you," they said as they rose, then offered a hand to pull Ashlyn to her feet. Their touch was so warm. "Matthias, thank you." Ashlyn said, thoroughly grateful, enraptured in wonderment. That is what I am here to do, they said matter-of-factly. I am here to show you. And that beautiful music played across their face once again.